Hello, trading is closed on March the 2nd, 2021. Let's start with our disclaimer, as we always do. It's my plan for tomorrow, March the 3rd, 2021. Could be completely wrong, so if you're going to trade on this, do so at your own risk. Please follow the rules of my channel. My email is mejt.trades@gmail.com. Look for the pattern with the early high. This is it. Tomorrow has the early low. Had a MEJT target and that printed. But the rules for the mixed signals, which we'll go over, didn't have one of their commonest things. We didn't have a gap and prompt move outside the range. We didn't close little chains. This is one of those times when either one of those things happened. During the day, MEJT said this drop was false, that we'd retrace, which we did. Said this drop was false, this rally was false, this drop was false. They've all retraced, and that's played out. Well, this should be an easy call, but I don't think it is. We have a hole in the wall gap. These things tend to fill pretty quickly. Usually, not always, by tomorrow morning we trade under this low. That would complete a diamond on stilts pattern. Here's your stilt, here's your diamond, but the pattern doesn't have to go to completion. I mean, if you do gap down sharply, find support here, completes the pattern, but it just tells you if that happens, here's where to look for support under this low. Doesn't mean it has to go to completion. You also have the first 5-minute bar being the high of the day, last one being the low. It's a negative pattern. Almost always follows through. Have a straight line move up inside and day. That's supposed to follow through. So all those are negative things, but I don't think it's all that simple. We now are favoring this alternate count. You can see I was looking for a good drop from here. Instead, we're consolidating instead of dropping. If that's the end of brown B, I don't think brown C is completed, but you certainly have an ABC with a good fib relationship. We've got MEJT divergence at the low. Here's your gap up. This is a standard 61.8% retracement. That's where you typically find support. And not only do you have support from that in the MEJT, you've got Fibonacci ratios in the legs. You've got a wall into the close, which often will reverse sharply when we reopen. So I don't think it's that clear a pattern, and I'm not going to call it. Tomorrow's pattern has the early low. It could gap up. Can make a case for the market going either way. I'm just not going to make a call. Yesterday was straight up. Today was an inside day. It should lead to lower prices. Can even make a case for the strong gap down, completing the diamond on stilts. First bar of the high at day, last bar of the low. It's bearish. It tends to follow through to the downside. All those are negative things. I'm not even going to do this here. I'm just going to say no call. But we've got a standard Fibonacci retracement, MEJT divergence, a wall into the close. If we gap up, I could explain it. I'm just not going to call this. You don't have to swing at every pitch, and I'm not swinging at this one. The only call for tomorrow is it's the pattern. Tomorrow's pattern has really low, and that's today's non-call.